What's up, Unbroken Nation? Hello, my friends. I'm Michael Unbroken, host of the Think Unbroken podcast and founder of ThinkUnbroken.com. And I'm honored to be your trauma coach and mentor because I believe that everyone is capable of getting unstuck, cultivating self-love, and becoming the hero of their own story. I believe that when implemented correctly, the practical tools and education you will receive from this show will help you lead an unbroken and extraordinary life. I believe that no matter what we come from, that we all have the ability to choose ourselves first, to create and manifest a powerful and grace-filled future and love the reflection in the mirror. I believe that every day is a day to grow, learn, heal, and change. That's why I started my company, ThinkUnbroken.com, which is an online training and healing and personal growth platform where you get everything that I know about how to get motivated, be accountable, get out of the vortex, and become the hero of your own story through community, connection, and commitment. For more information, visit ThinkUnbroken.com. Please listen closely as you may learn just one thing that will help you be unbroken. And please share this episode with at least 3 of your friends because we all need community and connection in our healing journey. And be sure to DM me and tag me on Instagram at Michael Unbroken so that I can say hi. I just want to thank you again for being a part of this, for listening and being a member of the Unbroken Nation. Now, let's get into today's show and make the world unbroken.
Ownership. Shame can only live in secrecy. The second you speak something out loud, it doesn't have power over you anymore. Alex Bananian. I'm going to guess that the reason you are reading this book is because you know deep down inside that you are ready to do whatever it takes to become the person you know you truly are. You have to know and hold true that you are willing to do whatever it takes to be the person that you know you are for the rest of your life. You have likely recognized that something is wrong in your life, and I know how frustrating it is to feel stuck. You have tried a thing or 200 in an effort to change things. Dare I say that you have tried everything that you can think of? Facing your trauma means that it's time for you to take ownership over your past, your present, and your future. The time is now. There is no tomorrow anymore. You may have done all of the things, but have you really owned the fact that horrible shit happened to you? Have you swept it under the rug hoping you would never have to face it? There is no more time to wait. It's time to own who you are. You are going to die. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to die wondering, what if? Here is a list of questions that I don't want to ask myself on my deathbed. What if I would have faced my trauma? What if I would have done the work? What if I would have given myself the space to be great? What if I owned the truth and used it to make the world a better place? What if I would have apologized to the people I hurt? What if I unapologetically loved myself? You have had too many tomorrows, and now it's time to start being serious about the present. Ask yourself, where has putting off the shit that I know I need to do led me? What has not taking ownership of my life left me with? Here is a list of what happened because I put off taking ownership of my trauma and my choices. Every wrong in my life. Look, that was an easy list because it's pretty straightforward. If you are like I was, then all of your tomorrows likely looked like your yesterday and today. My life became one big cluster of self-deprecation, long nights at the bar, lies, cheating, hurting, abuse, and punishment. All self-inflicted. I'm not even talking about what I did to other people. You see, the decision to not realize our true potential is a choice. Yes, I'm telling you right now, I'm sorry, but you need to hear it. You are choosing to stay in the vortex. You are making a choice. Now, Ownership isn't about wallowing in our mistakes or using the past as an excuse for our behavior. No, that's the vortex. Ownership is about admitting to yourself that bad shit happened to you, and now that same bad shit is ruining your life. Ownership is about saying enough is enough and making the decision to begin the process to heal and change. Ownership is stepping in front of that mirror, telling the whole truth to yourself, and doing something about it. It was ownership and accountability that lifted me from the chaos of the vortex and into the life I have now. But it didn't happen overnight. It has taken my entire life to be where I am, and I am still working every day to maintain a baseline that is sustainable by continuing to work on my mindset, body, and soul. Because trauma doesn't take days off. I think it's imperative that we get clear on what ownership is and isn't. I don't want you to be confused about what ownership means in your life. For years, I thought ownership was about not acknowledging that anything happened to me. That sounds stupid as I write it, but it's true. I felt that taking ownership of my trauma was about not ever letting it come to light. I felt that keeping it hidden away was my power. In protecting my trauma, it became more powerful and ate away at my spirit and my soul. What I didn't know then is that trauma feeds on the darkness. Here is a list of what ownership is for me. Accepting that horrendous things have happened. Being honest about my past. Getting out of bed, especially on the hard days. Seeking help because I can't do everything on my own. Telling the truth. Being kind to myself and other people. Taking a leadership role. Sharing my wants, needs, and interests. Standing my ground and saying no. Not using people or being used by people. Here is a list of what ownership isn't. Making excuses because of my trauma. The principles, habits, and beliefs that you are about to read and implement into your life are just that: principles, habits, and beliefs.
If you need help with pain or anxiety, let me tell you about one of my favorite tools. It's NW Recovery CBD oil. You may know that, and I've mentioned this before, I have chronic pain and massive anxiety, and CBD oil has been such a profound tool in my journey. Recently, NW Recovery came out with their key lime flavored CBD oil that is non-psychotropic. It is non-psychoactive. And for a person like me who has a panic attack, if I touch THC, this is the perfect combination of delicious key lime and CBD. Something I literally do not leave home without. For more information, you can go to nw-recovery.com and use the keyword Unbroken to save 20% on your first order. Again, go to nw-recovery.com, keyword Unbroken, and have CBD change your life.
In a study released in the European Journal of Social Psychology, a team of researchers found that we have been misled in believing habits form in 30 days. This was my understanding for years. Scientifically speaking, it takes 66 days to build a new habit. 66 days is a very long time, and it might take you 66 years to get to where you want to be. But the victory is in the effort. Each day that you move towards healing and being the person you know that you are capable of being, you win. If you win the day, then you win the week. If you win the week, then you win the month. If you win the month, then you win the year. You have to determine your own definition of winning. Winning for me is continuing to move forward no matter what. Winning is about looking for the good in every situation. Winning is self-actualization. Ultimately, you need to figure out what that is for yourself. Nothing about what is next in your life is going to be easy. If it were easy, then you had already figured it out, and you sure as hell wouldn't be reading this. If it was easy, I wouldn't still be pursuing meditation, journaling, and therapy as mechanisms to stay afloat and moving forward. Trauma doesn't die until you die, so you have to be willing to go to battle with it every day. To get to where you want to be, you are going to have to own everything in your life. You are going to have to own the good, the bad, and the indifferent. You have to own your strengths and your weaknesses. You have to own that no one is coming to rescue you. You have to own being the hero in your own story. You have a decision to make. Are you going to lay on your deathbed wondering what could have been, or are you going to show up for yourself? Becoming unbroken. Ownership. Thinking about whatever it takes to heal and doing whatever it takes to heal are two very different things, but both are equally important. Explore the following deathbed questions and write a few lines about the possible amazing outcomes you could experience through ownership. What would happen if I faced my trauma? What would it feel like if I gave myself the space to be great? What would it feel like if I owned the truth and used it to make my world a better place? What would it feel like to fully and unapologetically love myself? Now, these are very difficult questions. And to be honest with you, when I started this journey of healing for myself, the greatest victories that I had came in the intrinsic reflection of understanding exactly where I am in this moment. And these questions stuck out to me in this process of healing because I feel like they are the deepest understanding that we have of who we truly are and the impact of the world that we live in. And look, I understand that this is not the easiest thing in the world to do, but the challenge in this is in growth. And the biggest thing that you're going to take away from this is understanding a few key things. What would it feel like to fully and unapologetically love yourself? I imagine it would be pretty beautiful, especially in consideration that for many of us, we have lived our lives being told that we're not only allowed to not be ourselves, but we're not allowed to love ourselves. And to dare do it with full conviction, there is strength in that. There is power in that. There is a chip on your shoulder that says, fuck you, I am going to figure this out no matter what in that. And that's really beautiful. And that's what we need as trauma survivors, because let me tell you this, and you've read this in the book so far, no one is coming to save you. That is not a bad thing. But are you willing to be the person to save yourself? Unbroken Nation, hope that you just got a tremendous amount of value from today's episode. I want to know what you think. Please do me a favor and review, rate, and share the episode with 3 friends on social media today. It would mean the world if you did, because ultimately at the end of the day, creating community and connection is how we heal generational trauma in the world. And I need your help to do that, Unbroken Nation. So if you're on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you are, please like, comment, share, review. I want to know not only what you like about the show, but how I can make the show better, how I can make this further about helping you on your healing journey. So do me a favor, and when you do, shoot me a screenshot of you making the review to my DM at Michael Unbroken on Instagram so that I can have a conversation with you, say hi, and more importantly, so I can share it with the Unbroken Nation. Thank you so much, my friend.